Well, I figured I might as well do a show for y'all. I haven't been on in a little bit. I was either drunk, hungover, or overeating. Um, Still doing all of those things. Equal parts, equal measures. Wildly intelligent, funny, sexy as a motherfucker. Uh, Drunk, hungover, and eating way too much. So that's what we do. That's part of what we do. And I thought I would do a show for you guys, and I'll get some of these obvious things that I know due to people that I due to. This doesn't say doo doo. Doo doo. I like saying doo doo. Due to a few people that I had talked to on the Instagrams and some comments that I got on here, they were curious about my thoughts on a few current event situations that are occurring and how that works into the spiritual realm. Oh. And we'll go from there, and we'll try to add a little bit of humor and history, psychology, philosophy, and dangerous walking near the edge of oblivion with the kind of dumb shit that I might say that will probably irritate some people, piss others off. But if you don't piss somebody off, you ain't saying the right thing. If people agree with everything you say, you're saying everything wrong. Because if we understand that most people are completely insane, intolerable idiots that have been controlled by a system that enslaves them, then if they agree with you, then you are no better than them, and so you're just an agreeable twat. And I, on the other hand, don't deal well with twattery and agreeable people. I like people that are agreeable if they're intelligent, means to have their own opinion, and you can have a very wild dialectic, long conversation about anything. The longest, wildest conversation, you never come to an actual conclusion, and that's a great way to be. It's that you start the conversation going, I don't know, but let's talk about this, and then you end the conversation knowing a bunch more, but you still don't know. That's a great place to put yourself. Most people can't deal with what is called, I guess it would be called that space in between this and that. Uh, you know how, like, well, what is this? You know, they should, well, what's going on here? What is this? I mean, we're all subject to it. You know somebody long enough, you're trying to figure out where are we? What is this here? And if you could do that with your own thoughts, with your own mind, what is this? What is this? What is this space that you call? Some people think it's death. Some people think it's life. It depends on who you ask. Depends the culture. Depends on the religion. Depends on the instructions. There's a few questions that I got, and a few people. Funny enough, I have not talked to them in a while, and they put out these really poignant videos on Nietzsche or Nietzsche. I don't know how you like to say it, and a bunch of philosophies about. And I've talked about this a lot too, and we had conversations years ago about this. It's so funny I haven't talked to him in a while. But we talked about this idea of always being studied by someone else. That you're always some way subject to someone else's opinion of you. That you allow that to infect you. They inflict upon you their their analysis of you. And I'm not talking about in the big way where like you're a criminal, you took an axe and chopped someone's head off for no reason, running down the street like an asshole. Okay, that's obvious retard. I'm talking about so there's someone's going to lay down a law or judgment upon you, and you will suffer for what you've done. I'm talking about just the general sense of you walk outside, somebody looks at you, and they adjust everything about the way they perceive the world that's going on, and then they look at you and go, what is he wearing? What's his? They make all of these preconceived ideas about you, and then they have this they almost like they got a little ticket to write you, and they do it mentally, but they do it with their eyes. They do it aurically, like they're with their field of energy, and with a bunch of other things too. If you have the eyes to see it, or tentacles that you can feel outwardly. And yeah, but we're left in a world these days because of this crazy mixed up world. It's a fucky fuckaroonie of a place right now, isn't it? I don't know. I think it's humorous to one extent, wildly because for you guys know me well enough, but in another way, it's unnerving, not because of what it's how it's affecting me per se. It's because of what I notice everybody else, how everybody else is affected by it. They're inflicted, they're affected, and their response to being what would seem to be judged by people that don't have like who are you, my judge? Do like Wu Tang? Who are you, my judge? So the kung fu flicks. Like no one's your judge, no one's your god. Like everyone's walking the same, but people they come out and they well, so what's everybody doing these days? They got to throw the persona on. People are new people. People are new people. You understand the word mask. To put a mask on, to put a is to put called a persona on. Your person is a persona. It's what they used to do in theater. Back in the days, back in the old days. I'm talking before your grandpappies. I'm talking before even your white fucking whatever you call your white parents. I don't know what you call them. Like I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know what kind of corny shit white people call their grandparents. And when I say white and black, just so you guys know ahead of time, I think everybody here already knows this, but if you're new to this, when I say white, I'm not talking about skin color. When I say black, I'm not talking about skin color either. And I'm not even talking about opposites because black means bleach and white means wit and wit means demon and demon. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you know what a fucking white person is and you know what black means. It's you just know. Like, look at that white motherfucker there. Black people can be, look at that white motherfucker, and white people can be, that's my dude. That's my, we could go into all the words that might get a little aggressive to some people, and I don't want to hurt anybody's filtered little ears and blow your brains out with words that I might say, because people have been so conditioned to find words offensive, even though words can never be offensive. It's only your perception of them and who they come from. So. It's all this dialogue that was created for you, not for you, not helpful to you, but just it was a dialogue created by someone. Let me try it this way. It was created by a dialogue and a magical practice that was created by someone else that is infecting you, like in a very not good way. It's not that it doesn't. It's not that it doesn't have a profound effect and somewhat it can be somewhat cleansing and helpful to people. Sure, this can be for some people, but and that's somebody asked me earlier, what do I think of this? Do I think this is for the greater good? Is this all what we're looking at right here? The noble lie? My answer, very simply, because when I say the noble lie, I think you'd have to look that up if you don't know. It's just the idea of like if you just use a couple of white lies or something so bold that it affects people, it assists people in making a better choice and making the world a better place, but you used a lie to do it. Now, I'll just put it out there very plainly. I don't agree with it at all. I've studied it a little bit, and I don't agree with it. Um, there's a lot of reasons why. I'm not going to get into why, or that's not what we're here to discuss. What we're here to make an idea out of is this current staged event that's occurring, the way it's developed is very I love the word peculiar, especially in this moment here, that the dynamics of what we were talking about many months ago. What was that? Wasn't everybody dying because they didn't have enough social distancing? Here, let's use that. It's not social distancing; it's physical distancing. Social distancing, society, socialism, socializing is a different word than physicality. But they told you social distancing, not physical distancing. But then they applied physical rules to a social construct, which makes no sense. So we're already off to a bad start right in the beginning. Right in the beginning, they're already using tricks, like super duper tricks. That's heavy duty trick. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to pay attention. No, everybody's sick. Nobody trusted the media before. Nobody trusted the government. And all of a sudden, they trust the media. They trust the government. Remember the doctors that you didn't like and you didn't want to get all the vaccines, and everybody hated Bill Gates and all of that shit. They didn't want their kids getting vaccines, and they knew the pharmakia and the comes from the word poison makers and blah blah blah. We can know that, and people know this. They even know they should be eating better. They just don't do it because they're a little lazy, and they're like, we're pretty good. I don't have any major health issues, and this is their attitude. But they always knew. Can't trust the media. Can't trust the government. Can't trust the pharmaceuticals. Instantaneously, they trusted all of them. And then what happened as we move this dialogue furthering on, after people being told stay in the house and make sure you put a mask on. First they told you don't put a mask on, then put a mask on, all the time. Never put a mask on because you need to breathe. All of these changes, depending on who you ask and depending on the doctor, depending on who was pushed by. Some guy you never heard of. He comes out and says something he said years ago, and he already told you the date that would happen because they already planned this shit. But, that's just, I was just paying attention, that's all. We move on from this. So now people are wearing masks. They're wearing a different persona. Now, what gets fed into here? Okay, it's months of being stuck inside, no one's working, blah, blah, blah. Tensions build, unrest, civil unrest. People are starting to notice that it's kind of a joke. It's kind of like a hoax. It's kind of like that. And they're starting to realize, like, who's at fault? What's the trick? Let's start a race war. How do they do that? They somehow kill a man. Are you sure it wasn't a computer thing or just somebody playing a heel? Which I will suggest. I never met the guy. I've never heard him before. All of a sudden he's out here. He's a porn star. I've seen that he was also a rapper. I don't care about either of that. I don't care what his job was, and I if he did exist, of course that's awful. But this shit's been going on for a long time. Why now? Why now when we're supposed to be social distancing? We're supposed to be wearing masks. Now isn't this funny? Now the TV, the media can turn this into not what it was, which was the people, which are the plenty, looking at the media, looking at the power systems, looking at the structures and order and saying, you're all fucking up, you're in the wrong, you're playing politics, you're playing games, and you're suppressing information, you're suppressing us, you're suppressing our immune systems by making us wear masks, right? People starting to notice. How do we fix this? Okay, start a race war. How do you do that? Fake kill a dude and blame it on 3 white dudes and an Asian guy who, if you look into it a little deeper, it didn't seem like any of them actually worked for the police department, and it all seems very scripted. Now, no matter what happened here, okay, if that dude really did exist, who did look an awful lot like the guy that's promoting his ideas, it's really weird, really strange to me. But hey, whatever. Okay, so he died. All right, my heart goes out to him and his family and everybody. But now all of a sudden, they're gonna have processions and riots for that guy. Why? You didn't care about the other people in every city, black, white, Asian, anything. You didn't care about any of those motherfuckers, and now all of a sudden you care about this one guy. This is the motherfucker right here. That's that motherfucker. That's that dude. He's dead, and now we gotta go get him up 3.5 million. I think it's actually up to 5 million right now on the GoFundMe page. He got $5 million for acting that out. If he existed, if he's not a CGI character, which it's hard to tell. I can't really. I'm not gonna say you're here or there, but it seems to me. So he got 5 million from that, and his family did at least. And then who's paying for his funeral? Floyd Mayweather. Wasn't his name George Floyd? And then you got Floyd Mayweather. Weird connections here. I'm a conspiracy nutcase. I'm cuckoo. I'm wearing like I usually have feathers in my hat because I'm native to the land, but no, we can't say that. I'm wearing tinfoil today, and I'm just some long hair stupid hippie. I don't know shit. I don't study. I don't pay attention to anything. I'm a complete fool. But if I were to pay attention and I were to analyze things and use I don't know, just my brain, putting things together using psychology, philosophy. Crowd psychology is huge here. People stuck at home. What do we talk about? The 5G networks, all this. Okay, now all of a sudden, what we can do? We can use a couple anti. Oh, so you got corporate, you got the corporatocracy, you got fascism, you got socialism, you got a republic, and you have a democrat society. Those are five different things, but they're kind of wound together into a fascist bundle of sticks. Now, all of these words might not make a lot of sense to most people, but it all comes down to corporatocracy, and what's being played here, the game, the hand is. I can't tell you that Donald Trump is on anyone's side or he's on the American people. I can't tell you that he's playing the long game to get land back, to get the U.S. power back. I'm not going to tell you that I know for certain that he took over the crown of England, but it looked like he did. A lot of people have said he did. I'm not going to tell you for certain that he took over the Federal Reserve, but a lot of people have said he did, and it seems that way. So it seems like the U.S. is printing their own money now, and that he took over the like, where's the Queen of England? She ain't there no more. There's a couple of weird things going on, and then all of a sudden, everything's going on, and everything he does is tell down the fucking media. Y'all fucking bunch of liars, on a daily basis. And then all anybody listens to is like, I mean, how's he gonna get a network out there? What's he gonna do? If he's fighting against the idea of a, a I'll say global here, but you know what it means. A realm cabal that controls the media. Why would they let him speak? Why would they give him final cut? Why would it ever look like he's saying the correct thing? Now, I'm not saying I don't play the politics game. I'm just giving everybody else an idea to what could be going on here. So here we go. People now are putting masks on their face that literally say "I can't breathe." Do you see the irony of this? You motherfuckers. Yes, I do mean that. People that have been fucking Mother Earth for as long as I can tell, they have masks on their face that say, I can't breathe. Well, yeah, obviously you can't breathe because you got a mask on your face, you stupid idiot. That's the fact. That's why the people that are what's the storm coming down to New Orleans? Apparently, it's called Crystal Ball. It's called Crystal Ball. And it has to do with Christopher Columbus and a crystal ball. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's not even a. It's not that there's not going to be some rain and thunderstorms and some wind. It's not that. I'm not suggesting that. What I'm saying is they have the audacity to call a tropical storm crystal ball. What do you think they've been doing forever? And what do you think they're doing? If they're designing out the whole thing, so of course you can figure this shit out with gematria. Of course you can figure this out with this happens every time the moon is there next to the and you can use numerology, gematria. You can use anagrams. You can use, dare I say, the sun the sun and the moon and the stars and the earth. You can use all of that, how that astrologically lines up. Or you can use astronomy if you want. It's still going to line up. Is the point? The point is astrology lets you know the energies of those things and what they're playing. The game they're playing is to impress upon people an idea. And now all of a sudden, what is the idea? It went from. Does anybody remember the beginning of this when everybody had the corn videos, those bullshits, the corny toes and the horny toes and all the other bullshit, and then they changed it from that to the head virus. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, did we forget about that already? Well, what happened there? In the beginning, it was said we're all in this together. That was everyone's motto. You could probably put pound "we're all in this together" and you'll see everybody was saying that. And then they're like, how do we distract this and change the discourse? They turn it into race war. I didn't do it. People that are melanated didn't do it. The media did. Why? But they didn't. It wasn't four white guys walking down the street killing a black guy. That's not what happened. It was people in uniforms abusing power, authority, figures, badges. That was what it was against. It's always been against the abuse of power. But then the people that probably, because again, I don't think, as I'll say, if that even happened, I think it was kind of like WWE, like wrestling. I think that guy, I think a person existed. I don't think a person died. I don't think his name was that. And I think that's the reason they just stood around there doing the thing, because they're like, you couldn't hold anyone down for 8 minutes. Let's be honest. I don't care how big you are. I don't care what you're doing, especially if you've seen how big that dude was. And you just wouldn't. The person would have been dead. You know how you couldn't just sort of step on someone's neck for 8 minutes. You couldn't do it. It's a joke. And he doesn't die there, and he's already ready to go, and the ambulance is there ready to pick him up, and they don't even try to fix him. Yeah, it's so weird, right? Now all of a sudden, what's the problem? And now everybody's in the streets. Who's throwing the first brick? Why are there bricks there? Who put them there? And I'm not gonna use organizations, Antifa, U.S., Russia, the KGB. I don't fucking know. I don't know these fucking people. I don't really care. The point is, it's the dialogue, it's the storyline that people are paying attention to, that they continually fucking speak about, and to act as if they know, because they don't even want to pay attention to what's really going on. That they're forcing people to believe something that just isn't true, and they've been doing this the entire time, and it's a small number of them. Walk down the fucking yellow brick road and get to the end. What do you see? Some little idiot just screaming something out of a tiny little box that needs to be smacked in his face and put in his place, because we've been doing that for forever. And so now is the time that everybody gets okay. Now, in one way, I'm kind of, this is excellent shit. I'm happy to live during this time. What a great thing. But then what do you got people doing? Putting masks on. I can't breathe. Well, of course you can't breathe. But then everybody wants to talk. Well, if you want to talk, take the fucking mask off and let's hear what you have to say. But they're like, blah, 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 blah. And then what do you got now? You got people taking a knee. You know what taking a knee does? Taking a knee is bowing to a king or queen. That's what it is doing. So when Kaepernick did that, if you understood it, that dude is not black. That dude is almost certainly Azakanazi. He's almost Jew, dude. Like he's Jew. No, he's not a Jew. Blacks are Jews. He's Jewish. Azakanazi or a Zionist. I would put that. I'm guessing at that, but it pretty apparent to me what that motherfucker is. Why is he taking a knee? Why is he writing a book? Why did he get out of the league? What's going on there? What's going on there? Because he took a knee? That means he bowed to something. And then now people are, what people I seen this protest? It was everybody laid down on the ground, put their face on the ground. What is that? What are they going to do next? Is everybody going to cut a hole in the ground and stick their head in it to prove their, what? What's going on? So now you got people protesting. You got BLM, right? Which has nothing to do with, humans or brothers and sisters, or the human condition, the family, what we all are. It has nothing to do with that. It has, if you don't even know where that came from and who's taking that over, you better do your research. It's not it's not about the white man oppressing the black man. That's the storyline they're trying to dictate to people. Racism is an easy out for these fucking people. That's what they always do. When it's not, it has nothing to do with what race is. It has to do with what because we're different species. If you want, let's play a species game. I'll upgrade it. There's lots of species. If you want to be a speciesist, go for it. And we'll talk about that. And we'll talk about the difference in dynamics of species, all of them. We'll get into fishes, and we'll get into the camel, and we'll get into the donkey, and we'll get into all these different things that are running around. We'll see what, in order, where you find things should be, because that's true. That is true. So, but what they do is they use this inane idea of that, because in reality, what they're saying is they just talk louder and use a lot of lies, and now we need to listen to them, and they're the ones controlling the narrative. And it's absolutely beyond bizarre, but no one pays. It's like everyone loves to listen and believe the liar, but somebody tells the truth, they don't want it. They will not accept it. Who was it? Upton Sinclair? I was trying to explain this to somebody earlier. Was it Upton Sinclair who said you can't make a man believe the truth if his paycheck relies on him believing in the lie? Now, the person I was saying this to was saying, well, no, there's a lot of people unemployed now. But I was like, yeah, but that doesn't really matter, because the narrative is still pushed by the people that are getting the paycheck. So whether or not those are the people that need to be instructed, and even the people and the poor people, what are they going to do? They're gonna run around emotional, all caught up. So you know how easy it is to get a large group of people riled up. All you need is a couple people that are paid for by some organization to set up some bricks, throw them through windows, start a fire, blame it on some other community. No, whatever the community might be. I don't care. I don't care if they're fucking Asian, Korean, Indo-European, Native American. Because most of you, let me tie this in here real quick. Most of you melanated black people, you're Native American. You did not come from Africa. Africa's a continent. You don't know your tribe. There's no way the ship's brought you. It's retarded. It's silly. This is your property, your land, and the small and I was going over this with somebody earlier. The amount of brown, black, melanated people versus white people in major cities. I don't know that anywhere I've lived where I've noticed more white people than black people. I've never noticed it. Are they lying with statistics? Oh no, is that a book? How to lie with statistics? How to lie with all that shit? No, that's just kind of a moot. I don't know. It's not a moot point, but it's side point to the larger thing I'm getting at, which is how dare people continually listen to the media that they say they don't believe, listen to the church they don't believe the church, they don't believe the media, they don't believe the government, and they don't believe pharmaceuticals. And somebody goes, "Hey, I've studied all this shit, and I'm gonna tell you really going on," and they just go, "No, actually, I'm gonna sit over here and I'm gonna believe the media, I'm gonna believe the government, I'm gonna believe the politicians." Hmm. Okay, so we can do this again. This is what we can do, and we can do it. We can bigger scale now, and so people can just be all wild up in the streets, and then everybody else is going to believe what they see on the TV. Everyone said unanimously. Anybody I talked to, they do not believe the TV. They do not believe the government. They do not believe the pharmaceutical companies. Unanimously, is anywhere I go, anybody I talk to. Now they're like, I don't know. When I see somebody in their car with a mask on, riding a bike, walking through the streets, I'm like, I don't know about you. You've just disproved yourself as an actual like living being. I think they when people get into all this non-player character NPC talk, maybe that is. It has nothing to do with fear anymore. Like at this point, no one's wearing a mask walking down the street because of fear of COVIDians. No one's doing that. Now it's for a different reason. Now their mind is fucked because it takes a certain number of days. Some say it's 90 days, some say it's 40, but I think it's up to the individual and how susceptible they are, depending on the chemical analysis of what's going on in their mind and body, of how long it takes somebody to become okay. That's what I'm doing. That's my behavioral mechanism. There's shit that I can do that I just don't do anymore. Like I can smoke weed for you know every day for 8 months and then just stop and just not really care. Do the same with eating. I could do the same thing with drinking. I could do the same thing with working out. I could do the same thing in any direction. That's just me. Other people, what they have is they have very hard boundaries for the things that they go, okay, well, how is anybody going to take these masks off anytime soon? Because you realize it is June, right? It's like June. When did this bullshit start, apparently? Wasn't it in like March? When was this? I don't even know. It's so ridiculous to me because if you know anything about what's the difference between here? What's the difference between a bacteria, a germ, a virus, a culture? Like you want to go through all the words? Yeah, you can't do it because you don't know how to. Because some of those words we've already destroyed the germ theory, and no one has ever proven a virus. And also, if a virus does exist, from information that I've read, it would have been already done like months ago. Like it would either caught on and everybody be dead in coffins everywhere. They'd just be lying in the street dead, or the shit would be, or the virus would be dead. It can't exist. The CDC changed its opinion on things. How did they? I thought it was the Centers for Disease Control. How did they not know this shit already? They changed their opinion on how long on a surface a virus could last. It went from like 6 days to like 20 minutes or some shit. I mean, it was just something ridiculous like that. I don't remember what they said, just because I don't really pay attention too hard, because I just know that everything comes out of their institution is complete fucking hot, stinking, filthy trash, and the people working for them are trash pandas. It means they dig around in fucking garbage cans to look for something stupid to say because they're paid a lot to look in garbage cans and to smell like fucking filth every day. Well, there's my rant. 30 minutes in, and there's a bunch of other topics I want to get into. But let me see who's here and say hello. What's up, Super Champion? It was my birthday 2 days ago, but yeah, I figured I'd celebrate it a little bit today. I have 66% on charge, and today is the 6th day of June, which is 6/6. So, um, what's up, Super Champion? What's up, Stan Winfield? Hey, Stan, thank you. Yeah, and to anybody that has sent me any money anytime ever, especially for my birthday. I fucking appreciate it because I mean, hey, I still have to occasionally buy food and alcohol and yeah, I still have my day-to-day life bills and shit like that. And yeah, so thank you. I appreciate it completely, totally, obviously. Yeah. Jay Marley. Jay Marley, my dude. Well, thank you, man. I love you too, dude. uh, Stan, yeah, you quote the stats. They don't want to hear it though, do they? I was trying to explain that to somebody the other day, Stan. Well, actually, earlier today, I forget who I was talking to, and we were talking about how do you influence someone. You know, you can use influence and propaganda in a good or bad way. You can use information in many ways, and and it was like I was explaining like having I used to be in sales and marketing and blah blah blah. There's I've had a lot of different jobs. When I used to be into sales, selling cars was one of them. The idea was you never sell the car. You sell an emotion. You sell an idea. Nobody cares that the car is perfect in every way. 0 to 60 and five flat. The brakes work better than any car. You can get stopped from here to here, and you don't got to worry about it. You could give every single point valid, and even be like, and it's cheaper than all those cars too. No one's going to buy that car because that's not what they're looking for. It's not that they're not looking for that. It's that that's the emotional center of their body and their being that connected to their mind can't process all that information. Most people, I mean, as much as most people claim and like to be um, rectilinear and mathematical and sequential, they're not. Most people make really rash decisions. There's a reason in a supermarket, there's when you walk in through the checkout line, there's a bunch of candy there and a bunch of stupid books and a bunch of because you're going to sit there and you're going to make a fucking dumb decision. You're going to buy something that you do not need that is no good for you. And if you keep someone anywhere, they'll do that. And right now, this is what we're working with: is a bunch of people that'll make rash decisions. They have a long time to make it. So to give someone all of the information on, like, here, I could tell you why the stats for the CDC, why the CV's bullshit and all. I can give everybody all the stats. It makes complete sense to somebody individually with a rational mind that will use that, but their emotions are going to take over again. You know, the media and information is like heroin to people. It's like good pussy. It's that immediate fucking response to something that people need. There's not much we can do about it. So to get information to people, somehow you have to package that, give them some good information, but you have to package it with something else, and it's just it's it's difficult to do because everybody has a different trigger points. Everybody has a different like when I say trigger point, I mean mentally, but also like in the body. You can trigger point therapy and release tension or to like build tension to help someone to understand something, and the way that you speak and the sounds, all of these things they go into to this larger thing. Like again, when I say the media is bullshit, the media is all that. Yeah, but I'm part of it too. So, so that's why I say, like, if I'm saying something, go research it yourself. Because anybody that makes videos, anybody that's if you say anything, if you write a newspaper, if you go and write a letter, if you go and you're part of the media. Let's just, I mean, be clear about that. So don't never take yourself out of the human condition. But I mean, surely I mean when I say media, surely I mean the large um, multi level marketing conglomerates. Did he use multi? Yes, they're marketing agencies as well. Marks of the beast, the marketing. Everybody's MLM isn't a pyramid scheme. Yeah, of course it is. They're giant. tools of marketing propaganda and information to get you to respond and react to certain things, to give up your energy and your power and find that their information somehow trumps. And I'm not trying to use that word there to it outdoes or qualifies more. What they're saying is better than what you know. Your personal experience, fuck you. Your personal experience sucks. We know better. That's what happens. And people go, yeah, you're right. Your personal experience is smarter than mine and better than mine. You're the professional. You know. You'd be sitting there in a doctor's office and you'd be like, no, doc, that's the wrong thing. Don't do that. That hurts. Oh, no, no, no. And you know how it feels. And the doctor's like, no, I got to do this. And you're like, yeah, but that's wrong. You know it. But you go through it. You just allow it to happen because it's a doctor. He knows better. Right? People fall for that fucking all the time. You know how many people lose limbs and have kids that are poisoned every day of the year. You know how many people are killed by actual cops. Most of the time, it's not so severe, I don't think. And when they are, it can't be on the news. It can't be. It's not allowed. And that's another reason. Like, and I can't even. I won't even tell you this because it's so obvious that it's one of those things. If I say it, no one will take it as fact. You'll have to go do research yourself. It'll take you a long time to figure out that you cannot put something that happens like that, like somebody getting choked out by a cop. You can't put that on the TV. Just like when your boy, what's his name, O.J. Simpson supposedly killed that white woman. They put the whole thing on TV. You can't do that. They can't do that. That's literally like against everything that in it's completely bizarre. It's absurd. Goes against their own fucking institution. Anyways, uh, what's up, HBD? I don't know what that means, man. How been doing? Is that what you're getting at, Califanos? Mark Koger, it is. Yeah, it was my birthday 2 days ago, but I'm celebrating today. Thank you. Um, yes, above 40, below 50. I'll be back. Yeah, man, Inferno Earth. Yeah, because it's actually it's killing people. That's why people get you're actually breathing back in stale oxygen, and I use stale oxygen very loosely because it's just a term that everybody would understand. But well, you're not a doctor. You're just saying something stupid like toxins in the body. Would you even tell you exactly what is the chemical component it's called? Well, here's why I can't do that because it's probably not correct anyways. Because these same people that told you that you're breathing oxygen are the same people that told you that water was made up of hydrogen and oxygen, both gases, which is not true. Water is an element unto itself. Even the greatest, the dummies, of back in the 1400s when they were studying things, they realized that water was water, air was air, earth was earth, and fire was fire, and there was the four elements. Elements. So how do they tell you water is made of two elements? Water is an element, period. So how do I trust these people that told me water is made of hydrogen and oxygen, yet they can't go ahead and show me that? They can't go take hydrogen and oxygen and jam them together and produce water. Never seen it happen. And I've never seen them take water apart and show me hydrogen and oxygen. Never seen it in either direction. I've seen people take two metal plates and stick it in water and claim to have done something. It's not, it's the metal that's being reacted upon. It's the metal in the water. So they put the water there, they put the metal, so this arc that can jump between them, it's frying off actual physical objects and turning it into what you'd see as the bubbles that are coming up. It has nothing to do with depleting the water per se and creating something out of the water. You're creating something from the metal that's in the water. So show me the water by itself. Give me distilled water and show me how it's hydrogen and oxygen. It can't be done. And you cannot take hydrogen and oxygen, put it together and give me water. It doesn't exist. So I have to believe those people. Can't happen. It won't happen. Never will. I was show me that first. Prove it to me. They can't do it. Stanley, hey, what's up, Parsival? Yeah, man, what's up, man? I chatted with you earlier a little bit. How you been? Just having a beverage. Thought I'd come over here and talk my stuff, talk my shits. Yeah, been snacking for the past 3 days since my birthday. Just been eating. Just eating a lot of melons. I made a mistake and I ordered a bunch of fruits and vegetables. All I did, I made a huge food order because I didn't want to go to the grocery store. Just biking there and dealing with all the people. I was like, I'll just order, or I'll order in the groceries. And I made a mistake. So on this delivery service, you can choose to, like, if there's something's not in stock, they ask you, they just hit you up on the on the phone. They're like, hey, what's up? Can I get you something else in as opposed to this? And so a couple of the things that I wanted were not in stock, but two of them were actually melons, and one of it was doing melons in pounds, and the other one was doing it in melons in the quantity. And so instead of ending up with 6 pounds of melons, which would have been basically two melons, I ended up with six melons, which was about 20 pounds of melon. So that's kind of where I'm sitting now. I've got a 15-pound watermelon and six cantaloupes, two honeydews, and a bunch of other, like it's the first time my refrigerator's been full and I don't know how long. It's like, yeah, we're out of stock of this. Can I get you something else? Yeah, give me three of those. Or give me 3 pounds of those. Nope, got me three of those. Fuck. I guess I'm gonna go juice some melons. I don't know. I've never really had melon juice. I just enjoy eating melon. I would say honeydew is one of my favorite things ever. Really good honeydew, like sweet, sweet, like top of this, like perfectly ripe. Really can't beat it. But it's so difficult to get that it's always just okay. Isn't the funny thing about certain types of foods, certain types of fruits, that they can be just okay, but if they're perfect, they're like, whoa. See, like a pineapple, no matter what, it's a fucking pineapple. It's pretty good. A pineapple is always going to be like a 7 or an 8 on my scale. So that's why I put it at the top of I put it at the front of the list. I'm like, pineapple. That's always going to be pretty good. It's always going to be sweet. It's gonna be delicious. But a melon can be kind of bland and worthless, or it can be like, oh yes. Uh, let's see, peaches are almost always good. Peaches are almost always good. Really, really good peaches. You gotta eat them outside though, near a hose, because especially if you got a beard, because all of that extra is gonna get all over you. You're gonna have to spray your face off, or eat it over the kitchen sink, just staring out the window or staring at your refrigerator. Whatever. I don't know how you do, but you just because it's a mess. Because when you bite in and the juices just go everywhere, you're like, yes, that's them eating them Georgia peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Kiwis are great. Um, what else? Ooh, pears. Pears can be okay, really, really, really wonderful. I actually got one single pear because I wanted to have it I wanted when it got here, but it was not ripe yet. And mandarin oranges are up there. Mandarin oranges are up there for me too. So that's actually what I've been eating. Other than a white grapefruit, um, yes, as long as I can put a little bit of when I was a child, when I was a youngster, I put a little bit of sugar on it because it was just never sweet enough. But I do like some grapefruit. I'd rather drink it. I got some pink grapefruit to drink. Sweet pink grapefruit is it's up there. But it's a little too sour for me and bitter. Like in the general rule, that if I'm gonna eat it's basically candy. If I'm eating sweet fruits, I'll do that once in a while. Yeah. Oh, when you get it right out the tree, yes. Oh, you know what else? Blackberries. Blackberries. Oh man. Whenever I go to the store, it's like I look at it, I'm like, that's one. That's not even a sitting. That's like a handful. Even if it's a pint. What do they do? Quarts and pints. So if I get a quart, even like the bigger ones, I'm just like, dude, I'm just gonna put my hands in there and just like shovel it all in my face. Like that's just simple. That's way too expensive because I want to eat like at least three or four of those right now. I want to spend like $15 on blackberries. Blackberries and blueberries. Yeah, blackberries, blueberries, raspberries. Super champion. Well, you know what's funny? I saw this video the other day, and then it was like a bunch of somebody like wrote a bunch of something beneath it, and was talking about this guy walks into a store, and it's a store that says you have to have a mask on. Guy walks up to him, says you got to put a mask on, you got to go. And the guy's like, nah, I can't do that. He's like, what do you mean you can't do that? Hands him a card that says basically it is my a constitutional Sixth Amendment, blah blah blah, right? I have health issues, etc., etc., etc. It's his whole card, back and front. Thank you. Have a good day. Hands do the card. Walks the dude walks away. The card gives it to the manager. The manager walks back to him and goes, "Yeah, man. Do you have any more of these?" The manager asked him for a bunch. He's like, "Yeah, I just printed them offline here. I gave him the website to like print off his own." So you just, cause everybody needs a card, right? Everybody needs a fucking laminated. Hi, here. Don't worry. It's I can take my my pet on the plane. I can take this on the plane because I got diabetes. I got it's my I got doctor's orders. I got fucking orders from my church. I can't do any of this. This is all against religion and doctors. I can't do it. You know, that's hilarious to me. But it is the truth. So some people just need to see it written down. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Yeah. Another one I heard, guy in Texas. I think it was in Texas because Texas. Well, whether it's in Texas or not, it's definitely open carry state, right? Somebody basically walked into a store and the woman was like, "You got to put a mask on." He's like, "Can't do that." She's like, "Why can't you do that? You have to do that. You can't come in here if you don't." He's like, "Because I have a gun." And she goes, "What?" He's like, "I have a gun on me. It is literally like a federal offense for me to have a mask on in a store with my gun." That is way above whatever the fuck you're talking about as some like okay. I'm gonna have to be in your store with a gun and a mask on. Makes complete sense. People are more scared of some fake ass nonsensical they might than somebody putting an entire mask on and robbing their store and shooting them in the face. They're actually more scared of the fake virus. Yeah. That's humorous to me. Art of Dino, what's up, man? It's always good to see you. I've noticed lately I've been finding my way to more of your videos. You have a very hypnotic voice, and I like the way you present your videos. If you guys don't know, you should go sub to Art of Dino. Is it Dino or I want to say Dino, but I think it's Dino, right? Is it Dino? Like more Italian, but I didn't hear Italian in your voice. Not to because I didn't hear you like have spaghetti and meatballs just falling out of your mouth while you're doing a video. But no, because I've been watching this show called Cupcake and Dino. So I just been digging the shit out of that show. So yeah. Well, thank you for the happy birthday, anyways. You had sea cherries. Oh, I love cherries too. I don't know what happened. I was supposed to get cherries with my order. I did not get my cherries. I'm so frustrated with that. I do enjoy cherries. I just don't like the pit in them. I did have some cherries once, and I cracked a nice mold around on a cherry pit. It was like, cherries, no pits in them. I was like, cool. An olive and a cherry have both been the the culprits. So yeah, I don't know. So hopefully Art of Dino is still here, and you guys should go check him out. He's got really cool videos. I'm quite impressed. And I would never say any of y'all motherfuckers impress me. I'm gonna come join me, I guess. Pour myself a beverage. I was gonna go to sleep. I was gonna do a quick video. You guys know how this shit works. I will do a. This is what I'll do. This is the last one. Here's why, because There's supposed to be a bunch of inclement, is that what they call it? Inclement weather tomorrow here in New Orleans. It's supposed to be lots of rain, like about 6 to 10 inches, which is a lot for the city because of the way because like how we're at the same level. Some of it is actually below sea level, below sea biscuit level, and a bunch of wind, which isn't the wind is not going to do anything. Here, other parts of there's actually other parts of New Orleans that is being evacuated because they're actually near the swamp. And if enough wind pushes enough water, they definitely will have some issues to deal with. So, like a friend of mine lives down that way, and they already have a generator set up and everything because they're pretty certain of the they're pretty certain of the rain, 6 to 10 inches, I guess, and that could change because I don't know. I guess these weather events, they always have a habit of doing that. And then the wind is supposed to be actually above 40. It's supposed to be above 40 to 70, which is cool because I've never really I've lived here for almost 8 years, almost 8 years, and still yet I've not experienced one major windy type event. Like there's been a little bit of rain, a little bit of wind, and I don't know. I'm just curious what happens. Like, there's been some flooding here, but it was just because of like a normal day of rain. I'd probably let's say like it was probably like right after Mardi Gras, whenever they. So there's this funny thing that happens during Mardi Gras that a lot of people don't think about these little uh, kind of. Oh, I don't know. It's like if you throw a party, you don't think about everything else that goes on. And so, what's been happening for years is after they throw all the beads, well, you realize all of these beads get stuck in trees, and some of them people don't pick up. If they hit the ground, you leave them there, and then some of them slide down into the water, into the gates, where the rainwater would go, and they were finding it was backing things up. It was clogging up the water system. So there's times like right after Mardi Gras that they were all it was getting clogged up to the point where the city was getting flooded because of all of the extra beads that were stuck in the drainage system. Like I mean, the numbers they were using were obscene. Although there's a lot of fucking people. If you've never been to Mardi Gras, you have no idea. Although I think I took you guys last year for a little bit of a walk along part of the parade. Hmm. So yeah, where was I going with that? I guess the city probably will get a little flooded. I don't know, but I can't wait. It's supposed to happen in like I don't know, like 6 hours. It's supposed to start being really windy. I don't know. Ooh, wind. I've been so many places that were supposed to have hurricanes and shit, and I've never seen them. It's almost as if they don't exist. I love one nights. What's going on? Hey, Wodison, Wodiason. Storm's moving pretty quick. Did you look at it? It's called Crystal Ball. Hold on, I can fix it right now. I can go look at my own crystal ball and just stop it from happening. I just want to kind of see it happen. I don't really. I got no stake in the game. I don't want it to crush the whole city, but um, I love your nights, loser. Yes, yes, you are. Oh, it's moving 12 to 14 miles an hour this way, and it's probably like what? It's probably like 70. No, it's maybe 100 miles off coast. Yeah, I'm far enough inland where it's gonna hit the land. It's gonna hit most of the marshes and some of it doesn't really make it up here. I'm before the lake though. Oh, it says 12 to 14. That'd be fucking cool. I don't know. When I was looking at it, it said 6 to 10. Oh no, shit, AT. Well, happy birthday. How many years have you done this thing? Are we anywhere near? You're a little younger than me, I'm assuming. Most people here are either way older or way younger. I was talking about this earlier. Some people on here are between 20 and 30 or 50 and 65. That's about it. I don't get anybody my age really. My age bracket doesn't happen too often. Well, happy birthday though. That's awesome. You were right on the eclipse, full moon eclipse and everything. How was that energy? Did you do anything cool? What did you do for your birthday? What did you do? What did you get a hooker? 26? 26? What I know we've done this before. What if you don't mind, what city? What city? I love I love you too, Knights. Are you mimicking me when I go off on people? Is that what you're doing? Are you going for that effect? You're not as good at it. You should go start your own channel. It'd be much better for you. At you know what? I actually will agree with I love whatever the fuck that person's name is. I agree. No one you should not care that if anyone cares about your birthday or not. Birthdays are stupid. Um, your face is stupid, even though I've never seen it. And yeah, man. Here's the thing: is if you rest on people's compliments, then when someone insults you, you'll have to equally take that the brunt of their hate towards you. And one thing I've learned is um, you know, don't take shit and don't take compliments. It's a pretty easy way to be. It's difficult to get that way, but once you're at that way, it's pretty cool. You know, we all attempt to be in that. Just you got to ride the wave, get in the center of the thing. You know, it's like surfing, all that stuff. And be like that. You know, be like water, my friend. Oh yeah, you got a chess set. Okay. Uh, what was it made of? I used to have a really nice marble chess set years and years ago, and it got stoled. I got stoled on. Wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with the word nerd. There's three types of people. There's well actually there's four, right? Or is it the I think you could put four together. What is it? Is it's a nerd, a dork, a geek. That's kind of the standard, right? A nerd, a dork, and a geek. And maybe there's a fourth one that we could throw in there. But it's like you know how somebody says I nerd out on something. Like you never want to be a dork. Never want to be a dork. A dork is someone that doesn't know anything and doesn't know that they don't know anything. That doesn't know that they don't know anything, and they just continue on to their dorkiness. That's a dork. Geeking out is somebody that is very like if you're very knowledgeable of something, but you don't really have any social norms, and you're so specific, and you can really geek out, and you're like you fucking know something. And then you have somebody that are nerds that are like they just all over the place and they know a little bit of everything, but their social graces are still not there. Nerds and geeks are similar, but there's a little something different. Dorks are not. Yeah, that's oh, with copper on it. So after a while, it's gonna get a little worn. It's gonna get a nice little color to it, and you're gonna drink enough whiskey. How much do you play? Do you play Do you ever seen Revenge of the Nerds? You said 2026. Have you ever seen Revenge of the Nerds? What's up, dog food? What you doing? Yeah, I know. We would have a hard time with that. I don't know. I can't really tell if that's actually a human being. I don't know who would waste their time. But I don't know that a computer system would be able to do that. So I think he's probably like a low-paid twat. I think he's a dorky twat, is what I would say. And I would say he because I don't think chicks would do that. I don't think chicks would normally be paid to just come into somebody's shit and fuck their shit up. Beta. Wow, he's actually really terrible at this game. Um, yeah, you are. It is. It is. It's okay. It is. Hey, you love Night Sky. Did I hurt you? Did I go off on you the other night? Because everybody on here knows I'm gonna fucking say some crazy shit to people. Did I do it to you too? I do apologize. I've I'm normally a pretty awesome guy, pretty awesome godlike human thing. Um, but sometimes I don't know who you are. So here let's say this. Here, where would you go if you could right now? Because you know what, there's the internet's a big, wide open place, and you can go anywhere you want to have fun. Because what you're doing here is you're not only not having fun, but you're also taking away from our fun by being obnoxious and silly and rude and absurd and naive and dorky and swatty and shitty. See, now I know this because I've been these things. And you know what? You know what people do? Whenever I'm doing that, they leave. And so now everybody here is saying, "Hey, the party's over for you, guy or girl or computer. You can leave." Because like, don't make me like do that. Because if you make me like block you or whatever, then if you're such a fucking anus, then I have to go and is he gonna come back and make another account? Because people have done that, and it's really weird and creepy. It's really creepy. Like, ooh, it makes me like, ooh, like you don't even have the authenticity to show your face, but you're gonna sit here and talk a bunch of dumb shit. That's I think everybody. I'm just speaking for everyone. I speak for the crowd here. That's what I'll do. Anybody that calls somebody a beta male, well, you know what? I'm the omega male. How's that? I don't start shit. I end shit. What's up, E Money? E Money, what you doing, man? E Money, you just said it's your birthday, so say happy birthday to AT. Was it AT said it was his birthday, right? E Money, how many olds are you now? That's right. We I think we talked about this when we chatted, right? About Gemini mixers. Yeah. Super champion, thank you for doing that. E Money's 26, and you say you're 20 what, 7? Are you guys? Because I got to talk to E. Didn't we talk like a month and a half ago or some shit? Did we not? Didn't we do it on the Instagrams? Oh, 26 and oh wait, no shit. Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, thank you, Super. That really worked out well. Very, very, very wise of you. Look at all the we talk about all the Geminis, man. You gotta it's different. It's different with the Geminis. Yeah, I mean, oh, you were on a different account on here, but I'm saying on the Instagram, that's what you went by, right? Yeah, you went by that. Yeah, I remember you on there. On here, that's how I was like, because I remember you were different. Like, it's hard to take all the people I've chatted with on here and then kind of cross-reference them, especially when everybody's got different names. How old am I? Fuck. Uh, 41. Yeah, what Stan? What is that? Nerd, dork, geek, and what's the other one? There is a fourth one. Yeah, and that's funny, Stan. I was I was talking to some people earlier. One of my buddies from years ago made a video just today, which was surprising because he hasn't made one in a while, and he's very much into like he's like that dude that went to college to be like psychology, philosophy, and he's like one of the best, well spoken. Like he was probably in like every one of the Masonic societies. Like he probably dipped into every one and just left because he's like fuck that. But anyways, he did a whole breakdown of Nietzsche and like I think he was using young Nietzsche, a bunch of things going on, and the psychology of racism and things. It was something that I kind of used to fuel a little bit of my earlier talk today. But he did a much better job at it. I was just highlighting a couple of things he was saying and saying it the way that I say it. But he did it really well. His name's he used to go by Frater Oculus. I don't know if you know that dude. Frater Oculus. And now he goes by, I mean, I know his actual name, but I'm not gonna put his name out there like that because I don't think he really fucking cares. I just trying to think what he goes by. Hmm. Well, check it out. If you come by, I already told you, everybody, you can always come to my Instagram. It's just a different attitude that I have there, and I can just get it on and offline and just quick. I can always do a little snippet of me talking, and I can type and show you images and shit. It's just a different version of like here. I don't get to show the images and do all that shit, but I do get to like speak like this. Where that I get 1 minute, so I can't really do a long drawn out talk. And then I also have like groups of people that come and fucking, talk their shit, drop a little fun little picture, say some words, or we talk about like cat shit or what's the difference between a cat and a mouse? Well, a cat. What's the difference between a cat and a mouse? A mouse and a rat. A mouse and a rat and a cat, for that matter. Mice have six tits. A rat has eight, right? Isn't it something like that? I don't know. How do you know the difference? What I know the difference between an alpaca and a llama. It's like kindergarten, show and tell. Just adding to people's knowledge base. There it is. 8C. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, four 8C 41. 41. I think that's what I'm told. It's as good as it gets, man. I don't know. I mean, with this whole shit that's going on and just with everything, man. I mean, it's I mean, the Gemini thing. It's like yeah, it's up and down all the time, anyways. Now it's like sometimes I'm very happy that I'm like don't have anything to do, like to go out and go anywhere. That I just have to go, okay, fuck it. And I take a deep breath. I'm like, oh, fuck, I can meditate. And like, I don't actually have to do anything. And it's really relaxing. Other times I'm like, fuck, I want to go do something. I want to be a social creature. I want to interact with humans. And that frustrates the fuck out of me. So I get those kind of wildly distracting emotions. Um, I mean, yeah. Like, for instance, I was fasting for quite a while, like not eating too much. And I didn't want to. I didn't have anything in the house. And I didn't want to have anything in the house because I was enjoying not eating. And then I went shopping and ordered a bunch of food. And now since I've ordered all the food, I just keep walking to the refrigerator. And before I'd walk to the refrigerator, you open up the refrigerator and there's nothing in there, and you go, well, fuck it, I'm not gonna make myself a, um, a mint jelly mayonnaise and salami sandwich with hot peppers on it, and when I don't even have any bread, and I gotta use what is this? Like now I'm like I walk to the refrigerator and like here's all this wonderful food. What would you like to eat? And I was like, I'll have that. And then I don't even have to ask for it. I just grab it and cut it and eat it. That's the so that's the the attitude that I have, and so it's fun and it's weird as usual. You know? I've been watching a lot of good TV, watching some great movies, a lot of good series. I've I finished as many fucking Netflix series in a day as possible. I've gone through like an entire fucking whole season of some shit in a day. I'm like, and wake up at like 8 and I'm like, fuck. I was like, can't I just sleep till like 9 or 10? And the son is like, no, you're waking up now. And I was like, oh, it's so bright in here. I was like, I'll put my fucking mask on, evil. And I was like, I'm already awake. So I turned the thing on, and all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock, and I'm like, did I just watch literally 12 hours of television? And my brain laughs at me and goes, "Yes, you did, stupid." But then the other half of me goes, "Yeah, but you learned something. You got to see something that you never would have seen, and hopefully it helped your life." And that's kind of that's how it works, man. Kind of goes like with alcohol too. Some days I'm like, "Hey, I got a bottle. I'm drinking this whole fucking thing." Other days I'm like, "I have a bottle. I'm gonna save this for next week," and I just let it sit there. Like I didn't drink for like I don't know, like 5 days. I'm like, cool. I do that often. And sometimes I'm like, fuck it. Let's get fucking rambunctious. Hmm. So check it out, y'all. I'll be on here for like give me like 20 more. I'll give you guys like 20 more minutes because I think I want to watch the rest of the show that I was watching, and also if I stay on here, I'm just gonna continue to drink, and I'll stay up too late, and I really want to be able to wake up in the morning and see whatever's going on with this rain and this torrential downpour that's supposed to happen, and this wind. If it's gonna be really windy, which it says it's gonna be like 40 to 80 mile per hour winds and a lot of rain. I want to go outside. I want to go stand in it. That's just me because I was like, I've never seen this, but they're telling me it's certainly gonna happen. So I want to get up for that at least. Oh, and besides, um, I already did my. For anybody that wasn't here for the first half an hour, I highly suggest to go to the first half an hour to listen to me talk, and I will break down all the things that are going on right now, and hopefully that's valuable and helpful to you. And in fact, I won't even fuck this show up like I normally do by doing some wild ass shit at the end. That's what I'm saying. So you can share this with your friends and family. It's like, hey, you should listen to this motherfucker. You shouldn't listen to everything he says because he's kind of a fucking weirdo and out there. He's a little strange, says some wild shit sometimes. But at least the beginning of this, the first 30 minutes, powerful information. I would say more powerful than Joe Rogan's broadcast. The powerful Joe Rogan. Yeah, he could donkey kick, but he don't have like his brain is still infected by worms. Yeah, I don't support the NASA. I don't flip flop on whether I don't flip flop and say we went to the moon and then we didn't go to the moon and we did go to the moon. I don't do that. If they pay me enough, I would say so. But here's the funny thing is, no one would ever believe me, so they would have no business paying me because they'd be like, "No, I know Zen. He knows we didn't go. Well, why?" I would have to try to get an audience that wouldn't want to listen to me. No one would want to listen to me bullshit. That's the thing. That's not my audience. Stan Winfield. Yeah, I could see how that would work. It probably has something to do with the energy it captures from coming out of the sky and hitting that. Yeah, that's interesting. Hey Stan, are you do you go to this website stolenhistory.org? Highly suggest it. I think you'd like it. Um, because they go into a lot of different things, and I was on there. I don't remember what topic it was, but they got into these things that they use in. Oh, I don't want to I just want to go as standard ancient Egypt, but they use them in some certain areas, and they thought they were bells that they stuck in the ground for something, but they were these weird shapes, and they could never find the thing that would make the kind of look like a thing that goes around a cow's neck, but they were all planted in the ground in certain areas, and they were using the idea that they were filling these things up with certain minerals, so it would push certain minerals into the ground, so things would grow better. But then a couple other people were saying no, it looks more like organite, that the way it was shaped. So they're placing it wasn't actually for any kind of minerals to put in it because there was an opening on the top and the bottom, that it was actually used as a vessel to, contain energy and throw energy into the ground. I forget what the name of the thing was called, man, and it would be so fucking cool for you to look at it and see. It's some Asian something, and they called them bells, Asian bells that they stuck in the ground. If I can find it, I'll try to send it to you. But yeah, yeah, Super Champion. If you missed the first part, listen to the first 30 minutes. Oh, you weren't here? When did you get in here? The first 30 minutes was fucking wicked. Pretty much the most important thing you'll ever have to listen to ever in your motherfucking life. Yeah, resonance cone. See, that's what I thought too. Yeah, because they were saying that there was layers to it, and then some people were getting into it saying, well, obviously, Wilhelm Reich was studying compressing layers of energy together, between copper and um, like crystals and copper, and then using an inorganic and an organic material and squashing them together. Um, but they couldn't really show or explain how they worked, which I thought was interesting because they were all really different shapes, like they were misshapen, but they were all stuck out of the ground as if they were like they weren't beneath the ground. It was very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, check it out. I think if AAT, if you didn't see it at the beginning, it's I think it's one of the better ones that I've made because well, it's current, and I felt like I did a really good job. I really did a great job explaining things to people. I don't know. It was probably good. It's as good as anything else I do, at least, if not better. It could have been worse. I don't know. Fuck it. Judge for yourself. If you don't like it, fuck me. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about, anyways. You said Hornburger. I said Schauberger. Wait, didn't no? What? I don't know Hornburger. Yeah, yeah. I'd be the worst person. I'm the worst person selling anything. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty good at it, I guess. I'm probably the best, but I mean, some people say I fucking suck at it. Maybe. Hey, how about this? I'll throw in a free hand job. I mean, not for me, obviously. It could be a monkey, a good looking woman, or just some homeless guy. I don't know. But it's a hand job. You can't just say no to a hand job. I mean, you could, but I'm just saying you could have what I'm doing without the hand job. You don't even take the hand job. Just go fucking listen. Schallberger? Oh, Schallberger. S. Are you telling me? Or are you asking me, Stan? Schallberger. Victor Schallberger. Viktor. Victor Schauberger, Schauberger, and he did everything on water. He was the water shaman guy. I've read most of his work, Victor Schauberger, and he was always about the springs and the natural flow of water through like in streams, and so yeah, Victor Schauberger, yeah. It was Victor Schauberger, and now you got me a little sideways. I'm gonna thinking about here because I was getting into Wilhelm Reich. Wilhelm Reich. I don't know who knows what, but here you can all write this down if you don't know who these people are. Wilhelm Reich is Wilhelm. Wilhelm. I don't know lots of languages. I barely know English. I barely know American. And Schauberger, Victor Schauberger, and Wilhelm Reich, REI, like the Fourth Reich. I think his name is spelled the same way. REIGREICH. Is that how you spell it? Anybody want to look those up and put in there? Oh, Stan. Okay, you're just not a good speller. Okay. Yeah. So Wilhelm Reich and Victor Schauberger. Yes, 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 yes. There you go. Got it. You're speaking very German today? I'm As far as you know what, as far as anyone that's met me, the only person that told me the most about my shit, like my life, who I was, like as like what they could see, and it seemed right. They said that I was one of those. It's a very interest. It's one of the most ancients of the people, and you probably know them, but you don't know of them. Let me see if I can explain this to you. Um, it's kind of Filipino, kind of Filipino. You know, it's uh, it's a little different. It's like a island tribe that is it's a mash together of some other cultures. Yeah. Um, you'd have to ask somebody. It's not quite though. Well, there's a lot of and Stan and for anybody else if you're into the Organite. Organite, I did a bunch of really good videos on. I don't know if you ever seen them. I highly suggest them because I broke down Organite from a bunch of different levels, as well as kings, queens, and the like actual kings and queens and why they have the things in their crowns and the superheroes and shit, and also how a um, how an organite generator. This says generator, but it's actually I guess you can do them either way. One is an EMF protection cage, and one's a generator of it. One kind of holds energy, and one pushes it away, like a Faraday cage. So there's just basically it's building it in the opposite direction. A Faraday cage and a organite is the same thing, opposite. Oh, thank you, Stan. I'm glad you enjoyed those. That's when I was really digging into that shit, man. And it was so funny because it was also the same time that I was really into a few different like superhero movies and whatever, and their connection to it. It was really interesting. It was when I got into like a little bit of a I don't want to say comic books. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Like you said, comic books, graphic novels, buddy. Hmm. So what else? Who's left in here? I told you guys I got 10 more minutes left. I'm definitely done after this beverage. Oh, oh shit. Oh, you did not make that. Oh yeah, I probably did that in a different one of my videos. There was a whole series I did there for quite a while that were they were shorter ones of my videos, and it was when I was only talking one directionally. I was just yeah. Call of Duty. He said duty. I don't have. I got 360 here. I got Xbox 360. That's what I got. And I have a couple of the earlier ones. Splinter Cell, um, Katamari Damacy. I got I got a bunch of games, but yeah, yeah, you want Call of Duty, CFDs. Shooters like that, man. I'm okay at. I'm a little more better at kind of like a little bit of sneaky, creepy up around a corner, tiptoey, snap the person's neck, and do all that shit. And because the quickness of the way people play, these things I haven't played in so long. It would take me a minute to even get to average. Like sniping people and shit. Like people just running around sniping. Like I'm decent with those, but I was decent at the war games. I just never played online like that. There was a couple times I did. I'm okay at it, but I would definitely fuck around. Splinter Cell was nice. Yeah, Splinter Cell was my game, but that was it was one player and it was like you could just sit there and like dip through and turn the lights off and you in there. Yeah, smoking Allen, good to go. Sit close as fuck. Oh, you want to be in the game? I see. Yeah, 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 yeah. Sometimes it depends on what game. I do that with something like I like to have my distance from war games because I'm not that wary of mind. Like I'm not in for Katamari Damacy. Do you know what that is? That I want to be in the game. I will just yeah. Hey Stan, I forget which way is the right way to put the magnets. I forget that. It's something that I put in the videos that I definitely did, and there's a way that you would take you would compress the magnets so they were against each other, and then you'd wind it, and you'd wind it with the 369. You'd use the let me see his name. Hold on. I'm sure you know this guy too, and if you don't, then you're welcome. Go check out well, it just started raining a minute ago. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find his name. It's so funny because he was in it was Rodin Coil. Yeah, there you go. Do you know Rodin coils? Look into Rodin coils. Here's the thing: is Rodin coils use 369 vortex-based mathematics to wind copper around magnets, but I don't think he ever used compressed magnets. Nor did he do any of the things that oh man. So like maglev technology, magnetic levitation technology. This British dude. It was like some of the greatest material. You can find it online. 1960. It was still in black and white mostly. I think black and white 60s, 70s. So like it was called. Check this out. Pay attention, and if you got to rewind, you got to rewind. I do it when Royal British Royal Institute of Sciences, British Royal Institute of Sciences, and it's stuff they did. The current shit is garbage. It's just a bunch of fucking idiot kids talking about nothing. But the old material on magnets and the dude that did that, watch his shit on magnets. It's so perfectly done. I'm sorry I can't remember his name, but Marco Rodin coils, and vortex mathematics, and how to wrap copper around magnets properly. And I think, and in fact, I don't even think he was using magnets. I think he was just using copper wrappings for making electric. But if you use copper, if you're using magnetics, and that you can actually produce electricity without a source per se. It's like, oh, you can't do that. I don't know about that, buddy. So you got that British Royal Institute of Sciences. I think that's what it's called. And look up something 60s, 70s magnets. You'll dig the shit out of it, dude. It's so well done. It's some of the best. Like I don't know why teachers are just not that good, and I think it's because his information was probably blasted. Like he was probably taken. Like his shit was probably just like thrown to the like. No, this is too much. You can't let these people know this. It'll give them free energy. It'll give them free like they couldn't have that. So I think it's kind of just getting re-released these days. Man, let me look it up for you. There was something else I started this phone for, and I was going to look up for you. See if I can find it. At least you can do is say, thank you or something. British Royal Institute of Sciences. Okay, and then magnet magnetism. Let's see. Yep, got it. I fucking got it for you. His name is well, here's one of them. It's not the only one. Lawrence Bragg. And here, I'll show you the best one. You're looking for, here's your two names. Write it down. I don't care how the fuck you do it. Lawrence Bragg is good, but one better is going to be Eric Lathwaite. Here, I'll show you one video. I'm not gonna show you the video because I don't want to fuck my shit up. But I'll just show you a picture of him. Here's what you're looking for. You're welcome. There it is. And it is the College of London, blah blah. Professor Eric Lathwaite magnetism. Yeah, this dude right here. Got it. All you need is Eric. You need that dude's name. You're good. And you'll learn more from that dude in a matter of one day than you'll ever learn in 40 years of trying to understand magnetism and electric. I mean, I don't know that he can explain electric as say Heaviside or Eric Dollard. If you want to know, if you want to know more about electricity, Eric Dollard, EricDollard, Eric Dollard. But and look this dude up for magnetism, and then look up, yeah, the sorry, I was envisioning something in my head with all of their ideas. Um, yeah, look up that dude with the three sixes and nines. I was just telling you about that used all that. Rodin coil, Rodin, Marco Rodin. Got it. Good. There you go. Pixel Junkie Racer. I don't know that one. Rodin. Yeah, Rodin. ROD. I think it's IN. I mean, it's not really gonna matter. You'll find it. I think it's RODIN though. Yeah. Copper is proper. Proper. All right, a couple. I'll give you guys a couple more minutes because I'm not finishing my drink yet. I'll give you till my drink is done, and that is a fact, Jax. I think there's one more person. Sydney drivers. I don't know this. It sounds awesome, like the Sunday driver. Yeah, Sydney. Sunday drivers. Ah, okay, Eric Dollard. Yeah, Eric Dollard's a fucking nutcase. I love it. He's probably right about 95% of what he says. Some of it is a little fucking off the wall. I don't know if he thinks we live in a disk, on an accretion disk. Eric Lathwaite. Yes, that was the other one. Oh, you know him, Super Champion? Yeah, that was I'm he's good. Yeah. Yeah, he's fucking yeah. A lot of Erics. Eric. It's called Air Wrecker. Air Wrecker. Air Rick. Yeah, there's a reason these names are what they are. Eric Dollard, Eric. Lathwaite. Yeah. Yeah, he's really good. Do you know, hey, Super Jam, do you know of him? It's really, really good stuff, dude. I've spent times I was like, the times like you leave the TV on and you're like, oh, I'm gonna watch this show, like I'll fall asleep. But I just actually like when I turn him, I'm like, fuck it, I'm not gonna be able to sleep for the next 2 hours because I'm gonna have to watch two videos. Like I'm gonna have to watch this. It's really good stuff. Super educational. Very well put together. Yeah. So it's kind of so E Money. It's kind of like the early Grand Theft Auto, like when Grand Theft Auto was on the first system. Remember? And it was just like it was like 2D version of that. I remember that game. That was badass. And by the way, yeah, and Eric Laithwaite, there's I think there's WAT, I think it's WAITE, Laithwaite, yeah. He's a Brett. He's a Brett. Of course, man. Um, yeah, there's a bunch more that are just like I wasn't on that mind. I wasn't in the mind frame now. But as soon as I dig into it again, I'll get into some more of the. So we got you got a few. You got the Schauberger. You got the water, the magnetism, the copper, the um, yeah, water shamans, magnetic shamans, copper knowledge, wire wrapping. Yeah. Trying to think else what you'd need. Here's one. I got one for you. Check it out. Here I got you. Here's your last one. Just make sure you put this in your notebook. His name is uh Vogel. Vogel. Um, he's the one that designed the Vogel crystal quartz. Um, pretty much designed, pretty much made computers as awesome as I mean, maybe that's a little too much to say. Vogel crystals. Oh, Marcel. His name is Marcel Vogel. Yeah, it's a certain cut of a crystal that does something really dynamic. It's about the way the energy flows off of it, and you know you can only use certain kind of. Yeah, Marcel Vogel worked for IBM for years, like creating shit that you like. To me, I was like when I first saw, it, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, Marcel Vogel. So if you use the copper knowledge from, hmm so you'd use the magnetism from. I mean, there's so many people that know about magnetism, but I would use Edward, Eric, Eric Laithwaite for magnetism, and then Marcel Vogel, his ideas on crystal structures, and then the winding of the copper from the. I mean, he's using sort of the technology of Tesla 369 and the way that you would wrap the coil. Um, and then there's a couple of people like the way you compress energy by using inorganic and organic materials, and I think that's just more. I think that might even be some of my work, honestly, because I went into some of the different types of. So you have noble metals and you have noble. Why do they call them noble? What's so noble about them? Well, there's a reason they're called that, and there's how much you can compress energy into things. It's why gold you can't burn it anymore. There's a reason that copper conducts electricity. There's a little bit going on there, and it's compressing an electromagnetic field. Um, yeah, I'm trying to see if anybody else I got here for you. And then the water. Okay, and so here it's very important too, is because heat will definitely occur if you're using a crystal which is all by its nature is going to be piezoelectric, and also there are stones that are piezoelectric too. There's going to be a heat generated, so you need water, and the using the ideas of the water of say Schauberger is one of them. You'll be able to build something obscene. Hmm. Yeah, I mean that's. What's up, Eli Jen? For a little bit, dude. What you been up to? What up? Is it really your birthday? No, Eli. What I do is I just make it up. I just make shit up whenever I want, so I can get some. Just so people show up and be like, "Hey, happy birthday." No, it's not really my birthday today. It was my birthday a couple days ago. I was busy. I was busy stuffing my fat fucking face with food, and so I thought I would do a show today. Well, actually yesterday. So, and it's not 2 a.m. here. It was before. It was the 6th, because I was doing a show on 664, which is funny to me. So 2020 is four because my birthday is actually 6/4. So it was kind of a like a long-winded joke for myself. It was very uber mensch of me. It was very uber. uh, where do you hey, Eli? Where should I go get free gifts? I don't even know where to do that. There's nowhere open to go get free gifts. I mean, I can get free, I guess online if I'm like, hey, it used to be my birthday. Can I get some stuff? Eli Jin, good man. I mean, Eli, there's not really a lot. I've been watching it. Not a lot of good shit on here. Probably including my own. It could have been garbage for all I know. I don't even. I try not to watch myself anymore. But I don't know, man. Yeah, I still don't, the beast was not at Stan. It was in the realm of nerds and dorks. Like if you call somebody a nerd and a dork or a geek, you mean the same thing. But there's one more word. I'll hopefully I can come across it tomorrow. Yeah, man. I don't know. I've been. I mean, I'm saying that about YouTube. I'm saying that about the computer in general, but mostly about YouTube. YouTube has become a fucking a land like a. Do you remember the movie with Kevin Costner in it, where there's nothing anywhere? That's basically YouTube has become that. What is it called? He was in the movie Waterworld. So it's just like nothing anywhere. And there was another movie about the basically apocalyptic movie where they're like in this whole desert of nothingness. Yeah, it's basic. That's basically it. Just every now and then you'll find some genius shit, like really awesome. But because of the amount of garbage that we're surrounded by, the garbage keeps piling up, and there's more and more people that are like, "Hey, I want to go make a fucking YouTube," and you're like, "But why?" Because I can make a YouTube about me doing makeup tutorials. Bitch, you ain't better than all the other bitches making this bitchy ass bitch tutorials. And then dudes out here like, I'm gonna show people how to make a CB radio. I'm like, but they already. Are you gonna at least be entertaining while you do it? I mean, I get it. I get it. People want to get involved and educate. Each one teach one. Everybody will find their path. But you know, all in all, there's just a lot of trash on YouTube, and I think everybody knows that. It's just like Netflix, man. I'm sitting here watching this. The reason you've seen this glow on my face is that Netflix is on the background. And the other day, I wanted to watch something, so I was like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna find something to watch." I was fucking focused, because normally you'll scroll through, you'll be there with your girl or just somebody, and you'll be like, "Oh, what do you want to watch, man? You're fucking, I don't know." And half an hour later, you just like still don't know what you're fucking watching. I sat there for an hour straight, and I started flipping through new releases, and there were hundreds upon hundreds of new releases, all out this year, 2020. I was like, "How is there that many fucking videos out?" And I don't want to watch any of them. I don't fucking know, man. There's a lot of shit around, man. But in the middle of shit, there's always one piece of corn that if you wash that corn off and you want to eat it, you're disgusting. But don't they say that in the middle of every piece of coal there's a diamond or some shit like that, or in a clam there's a pearl, or in a turd there's a. I mean, if your dog swallowed something that like you're like a diamond ring or something, I don't know. It would shit it out. Then you'd have to dig through the turd to find it. And currently, um, Netflix and YouTube are these two piles of dog shit that you got to go. You have to put like a whole. There's a reason everybody's masking up these days and putting the whole body. They're putting the whole suit on because they got to dig through all of the 5G network of YouTube and the internet to find anything fucking good. It's just what it is. I don't make the rules. I just Oh, you forgot to ask, do I like chess? AT. Sure, I do. Um, there was a time I played a lot. Um, so I went from so a buddy of mine was wicked smart, like A's in class. I was smart, like B pluses in class. Like he was like honor roll, blah blah blah, not athletic really, but cool, good. It was funny, goofy. I, on the other hand, sports, athletic, blah blah blah, but I was still smart enough. And he whooped my ass at chess all the time. Like not all the time. I'd beat him once in a while, but like I would be doing something and I would sit there and study the chessboard. He would just walk around and he'd go watch the baseball game or whatever the fuck he was doing, walk back and move a chess. He'd just move a piece and beat me. And it pissed me off so much that I read this book called The Amateur's Mind. And it was basically just talking about how people play chess and how they observe the board and how they should observe the board and the artistry of chess. And then I started playing a lot, and I started playing online, and I got pretty good. And I stopped playing. It became to me, chess to me was like bowling. You get to a certain level, and it's just like it's the same thing over and over again. Like once you know the opening moves, the game is setting up. Okay, opening moves is don't get beat in the beginning, like really badly. Like just get everything out. Okay, you're out there. Then the middle game is all right. Set your pieces up in a position that you're positionally sound. End game is like all right, who's gonna win here? The end game is the only thing you're playing for, and that's like the most. I don't even know how to explain what the end game is. It's just like everybody plays for position. In the beginning, you're plotting out just like getting through the first 8 moves. Then you're playing to get strength and area and a form on the board. And then you're playing this end game, which is weird. It means you have to know math and some shit that I'm gonna say that's too much. And it's like bowling. You get to the point where you're good enough, but every time what you're doing is you're just throwing the ball down the alley and you hope you get 10 pins down. That's pretty much chess. Same thing. It's like you either do or you don't. You're not going to shoot a 300 every time. Shouldn't you be able to shoot a 300 every time? Yes, you should. Like logistically, really, it's not that difficult of a game. But sometimes you do not shoot a 300. In fact, most of the time you don't. And so, like in chess, like I've done everything proper here, but if I make one wrong move or he makes one wrong move, it's like Wild Wild West shooting, and it just got boring to me because I was like, all right, I'm good enough. Like maybe when I was playing online, I got a maybe. I'm gonna say maybe here, like 1850. I was like 1850 online. You know, what I was playing at the time? Like Yahoo, yeah, Yahoo Chess. That was pretty popular when I was playing. That's dating myself. And then I played like whatever. Like I played like one other like major chess engine, but it was like Yahoo at the time. And yeah, 1850 maybe. I wasn't beating anybody over 2000, but I was good enough. So if that makes sense. Netflix slash shows? I don't know. Netflix only gets rid of good shows. They greenlight everything else. I've never seen it. In fact, it's funny. There used to be a bar in New Orleans called Twin Peaks. It was basically Hooters. Twin Peaks, get it? Two titties. And yeah, it was just like a shitty chicken wing and burger place. That just was like an offshoot, off brand of where I think they got closed down because the girls were probably doing extra in the bathroom for money. Eli. Yeah, I mean, chess is a fun game. It just, you get to a point. It's just like if you have a mind for that, go for it. But I don't. I need more things going on. I like have an active mind. I don't like that. It's kind of like jogging or running. I want to play a sport. I want to do something. Stan. Stan. You know what's funny when I was reading that I seen a young woman all in red, hooded long coat, red gloves and mat. Oh, you seen the lady in red like a superhero. She was sexy and shopping for groceries and staring at me for attention because you were actually a superhero to her. When you said that, I swear that I read that in Super Champion, the way Super Champion, I believe he would say something. I thought that was him saying that. That's fucking hilarious. You ignored her. Stiletto. Well, there you go. You got to know that because if she's wearing stilettos, she only wants to like step on your balls, anyways. But you know what you would do. You won that. You were winning that game right there, though. If she had stilettos on and you weren't wearing the mask, you could have taken those stilettos and like you could have like probably like stuck that stiletto up her cunt, if that makes sense. I see now I'm gonna fuck this show up. See, I don't want to do it for everybody else. If everyone does come, like they're like, hey, come listen to Zen. He's fucking awesome. And then like your grandparents or like one of your friends or like somebody that's wildly intelligent listen to me and they're like, did he just say stick a stiletto up some chick's cunt? Like, yeah, I told you he's a little rough around the edges, but but you won that game. You didn't have the mask on, she did. You could have controlled that completely. So, oh, anybody, season 4 of F is for Family is coming out Friday. Stan, it was a situation. Stan, how I forget how old are you? You said oh, you seen a young woman. I see. I read that wrong. You seen a young woman. Yeah. So like you was like Pappy Dukes, huh? You was looking all like super. You were like superhuman to her. She's like, damn, strong man. Must have strong man. I've yet to be in any of those situations in public because the places that I go, the people that are in there working don't wear masks, and I don't wear a mask. And if there is a place where you have to, I just don't go. That's not. I mean, no, what I'm gonna have to end up doing is if this whole bullshit like rides out any longer, if y'all go to eBay, if you go to eBay, look up dick masks or like use your wildest fantasy and you'll or just something stupid and there's like masks that you can get to cover up your face that have like a dong for a nose or like a vagina for a mouth or something completely retarded. And what I would do is I would like to go to night because right now the rule is that if you go to a nice restaurant you can go inside, but if the waiter or waitress isn't here's the weird part. Here's This is so crazy. If no one's around you and you're not eating, you have to have your mask on. Huh? Okay, New Orleans is a masked up city. We know about masks, so this is so weird. But if no one, if you're not eating, you have to have your mask on. So if the waiter comes over and brings me my food, so I can, so what changes about me eating? About if someone's gonna get sick? Like what happens there? Like because if I'm eating somehow the fake virus doesn't exist. So how do I order my food? I got my mask on. So I want to walk into these places and be like, oh, I need a mask. Put that bitch on. Like you said, I need a mask. Let's have a problem. Let's have a problem today. I love having problems. I think problems are the greatest thing. You know why? Because every problem, the fact that there's a problem requires there to be a solution. And the solution is I'm wearing this mask and you have to accept it or I'm not wearing this mask. You get to pick. Should I wear the mask with a fucking rubber dong for a nose? Or do you just get the fuck out of my face and let me eat the food like a normal human being that's not sick and no one's here sick? You're sick. You're a sick fuck for asking me to do this. Or which one's weirder? I don't have one of those masks. I could not afford a fake 3M mask that's not even doing the job it's supposed to be doing. I already talked to the doctors. They said it wasn't doing it. Stan, I feel like I feel like you kind of thought you should have done something about it. I'm thinking you're having a little bit of that regrets, huh? Maybe you could have slid up in some skirts. I'd seen this thing the other day. It said, normally it's the things you don't do in life that you regret. No, do it or don't do it. You're gonna regret it either way. I think that's a pretty um, pessimistic look at life. The glasses are already filled with dirt. You know what I mean? That everything sucks. I think, but it also at least equalizes everything. Make a choice. What do they say? No good deed goes unpunished. Isn't that about the equal statement? No good deed goes unpunished is the same as saying, do it or don't do it. You're going to regret it either way. Uh, okay. No matter how you look at it. uh, Eli, it is. Are you sure? Wasn't it yesterday? Are you sure? Are you off by a day, my guy? Because today's the 7th. I thought the 5th and the 6th were the full moon eclipse. I think you're off by a day. I think it's what is it? Waxing and waning. I think it's waning by one day. I think we're one day after the full moon. Double check that. Go to the calculator. I'm pretty sure it was a eclipse yesterday. Full moon. I think it's 98.9% right now. Still pretty bright though. I'm gonna go check that out. All right, guys. Last two sips. Any quality comments, concerns, or questions that hopefully if you guys I know obviously it's nice to be here live and you can be entertained and say dumb shit to me, but I do instill into you the hope and a feeling that I have that you'll go back and watch the beginning of this video because it is quite purposeful, at least somewhat slightly important, and I obviously never rehearsed, but it's there, and I'll leave it on here, and hopefully you guys like it. AT, of course. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'll be around here. The fear of rejection is the bane of men. Bane. Hold on. How do we do it? Bane. I can't do his voice. Anything you can say to set me off? I'm sure. I'm under most circumstances, I'm the least. Um, no one can set me off. There's nothing. If I'm already fucking irritated at shit and then I'm fucking completely loaded, oh certainly. Then I'm gonna just fucking whatever, because who cares? But I don't think so. Tell me you fuck my dead mother in her dead eye socket. Go for it. I don't know. I don't challenge me. Go for it. No, you've already asked the question. Now I dare you to find something to set me off. That seems like you've challenged yourself to test me. But no, normally I don't know. Like some people they get the illness of seeing one aspect, like one. It's so funny because literally, I guarantee that if I were to do a percentage thing on all of my videos, 99.58735 would be somewhat in the realm of educational, funny, and then I'd have like a point zero zero, like some like completely fucking irritated, fuck off, die, go suck a hooker's dick, that kind of things, and it doesn't matter who it is. It's just I don't. But then there's a couple other things in there. I just really don't. I just really don't. But then there's this really excellent point where I'm actually I'm coherent, where I can just toast people. I I can do if you need me to. I'll rip people apart. I do it in public, but I do it in public because I'm not because I if I get into some sort of like tit for tat with wits, It's because I'm not completely fucking loaded. So I can there's not too many people, even the greatest of comedians, that concern me when it comes to like let's play that game, like let's insult each other, because none of that's I don't have enough of an ego for that per se. You know, it's like I have knowledge, I have my self worth and identity and all of this. But I think the only time that I do the fucking wild out shit is like, if I do a fucking. I've actually done 8 hour shows and never got pissed. But sometimes assholes come on here and I'm like, all right, I don't know who these fucking people are, and so I treat it like what I would treat your stepmother like. You know what I mean? Which is actually a transvestite who like I actually got to sleep with before your stepmother got changed over into like, because I slept with your mother when it was actually your father. He had a dick, and I slept with him, not meaning that like I slept next to him because he was crying all the time. So I stuck my dick in his ass and made him vomit, because he had a bunch of like I fucked the AIDS out of him until he got his dick chopped off and then became your. Well, I mean he wasn't actually related to you. See, I can do all that all day. If I'm sober enough, I don't really get that mad. It's just funny shit to say. It's all curious words that come out of people's mouths. Oh, I know, of course. So am I. That's the point. Yes, yes. I'm best somewhere between. Yeah, I'm best somewhere between 3 and 9 drinks. Between 3 and 9 drinks, I'm fucking magical. 0 to 2, I'm just gonna be introverted and just kind of chill and just observe things. Uh, 10 to 20. You never know what the fuck's gonna happen. I could be from 10 to 15. I could still be good. Depends on who I'm around. If I got some people around that keep me like kind of healthy, motivated, mentally kind of sound, and keep me on task, I'm good. But if I'm just doing dolo and somebody starts fucking saying dumb shit, fuck it. Because it's always for me. Like if you don't pay my bills, like what the fuck do I care? Like, what am I gonna do? Impress you until you're like, well, I like him. I should give him some money. Like, wait, didn't I see you last week and you did the same thing and you said the same dumb shit to me? So now I'm gonna have to go do it again. It's not making me money either way. At least it makes me feel better. Not enough people. And I'll give you here's a good answer. And I know it's a good answer because a lot of psychologists have told me this. Not that I go see psychologists, or I'm saying like read books from by me. I just mean if I go up in here, they've told me this, that expressing your emotions, whether they're dark, light, or indifference, and being involved in what you think and feel, and whatever moment that is, it's much healthier than holding on to that. Because then, if you hold on to it, you become a psychopath or psychotic. Where at least if you explore those emotions, and for me, a safe environment is walking through the streets of New Orleans, a bar, my house. Those are all safe environments. I don't really doesn't hurt anybody too bad. I don't get hurt too bad. Everything's kosher, plucky duck, right? Super champion. Fuck the AIDS right off him. You like that, huh? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. All right, you goofballs, beautiful people, weirdos, strangers, naive creatures of the night, you morning dwellers, and you serial stalkers of butthole play. People that like to get kicked in the nuts with 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 Timberlands on, or a red high heeled shoe up your bunghole with or without lube or sand, or maybe a donut if you need a donut there too with the dusty, we'll call it a dusty donut, and the red lady's shoe. If you need all that, enjoy that. Have fun. Do what you need. Do your best not to harm other people. and do your best to not let them harm you. Always serve yourself and serve others. The way you want to break that up is up to you. And do hilariously weird and strange things and make sure that you make people laugh or they will kill you. Bye, guys and girls. Talk to y'all later. Bye, bitches.